All right, hello everybody and welcome back to the build. Welcome back to the channel. I've taken a little hiatus from YouTube, but I haven't stopped working on the SLC. In this video, we are going to cover, I guess, the punch list of items I've worked on during the summer. If you want more detail on these items, you can check out my GT40s build thread and also my Facebook build page. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, well, we're going to move from front to back. So I did install the pedal assembly and I added a couple pressure sensors. So there's the pressure sensor for the rear brake circuit. There's one for the front brake circuit. And what these pressure sensors will do is, they're read by the PDM. And when I firmly press on the brake pedal, it'll allow me to start the car. Also, it'll trigger the brake lights and also display the brake bias, so they'll be really handy. All right, and now we'll take a look at the pedal assembly. Okay, we're going to take a look at the pedal assembly. I got a little light here on my camera. So you can see on the left side here, that's the GM throttle pedal assembly, and that connects to the tilt-in accelerator pedal. And then next to it is the brake pedal, which we've covered before. It connects to a belt crank and then to the brake booster. And then over on this side, you see the clutch pedal, and also the far right side, you see another pressure sensor for the clutch. So that pressure sensor will also activate or deactivate the cruise control. It'll also be used to let the PDM know that the clutch is disengaged so it can start the car. All right, moving back a little bit, we're looking at the side impact bars here. And I actually did make a modification to make these easier to remove. And you can see they sort of tie the floor of the car into the roll hoop, and then they tie the rear roll hoop together. So these add a lot of strength, but they're sort of a pain in the neck to get out. So the fronts came with, sort of hard to see, these interlocking joiners on the front. So what I did was I cut the tube here and then I added interlocking joiners. So I just need some heavy duty cap bolts and I can easily remove them. So if I want them on the street, I can put them in. If I want them just for track days, I can easily take them in and put them out. When the bars are not in, I machined up some caps out of nylon, and you can see over there the bars out, so it just gives it a nice finished look. All right, so that worked out pretty good. Okay, and I did some more work in the fuel tank area. What you're looking here is the complete evap setup. So I've got the evap canister, fuel pressure or fuel tank pressure sensor, and then I've got the lines to the purge and the vent valve. So fingers crossed I'll be able to have this thing pass ODB2. Also, you can see I completed the fuel pressure or fuel line pressure sensor install and fuel line install, and then down here is the fuel pressure control module or fuel pump control module. So that is a PWM setup. And then I completed the vent lines on top of the tank. This goes through the frame rail and connects to the fuel filler neck. So feeling pretty good about that. And then I did a couple things towards the back of the car we'll take a look at. Okay, so we've moved to the back of the car and you can see the whole intake system put together. Let's see, a couple comments here. I mean, it's just hard to really snake a 4-inch intake tube underneath the body, and this design worked. It also gave enough straight tubage, if that's a word, tubage for the mass airflow sensor. And then down below we've got the cold air intake. So for now this will do. Maybe in the future I'll remake this to make it a little more elegant out of carbon fiber. But anyway, for now it'll get me started and get it going. Then also I finally finalized these heat shields. I added a mini heat shield here for the liquid to oil cooler, and I added a bracket on this side to attach the heat shields to the engine block. It took a lot of thinking, even though they're pretty simple. And then this side I did the same thing. So you could see we got that there. And then also out in the distance, the exhaust is all welded up and ready to go. I just got to polish it. All right, so we're in pretty good shape at this point. In the next segue, I'll give you a sense for the timing of the next updates. Okay, so going forward, here's really the game plan. I mean, I've got a punch list of probably, I would say, a dozen or so things from a chassis standpoint, and that includes running hoses and mounting electrical items. But I think I'm pretty close to saying the chassis is totally done and I can start prepping the car for its maiden run without a body. You know, it's called go-karting is the term everybody uses. So I was hoping to get to go-kart before the winter here in New Jersey. I don't think that's going to happen. It's probably going to be more like March. But the goal is to have the chassis on the ground, maybe a first start, sometime over the winter, and then I'll be working on the body over the winter. Okay, so there you have it. There's the update. Sorry for not publishing anything the last few months, but you know, these are small items and you know, they're just not interesting enough to video. All right, well, thanks for watching and take care.